Ho ho buddies, welcome to Borderline Games. I'm Gareth and today we're playing Virtue's Last Reward, episode 4. Last time we managed to solve the escape room in the lounge, and now we're going to see if this elevator works and where it goes. That's pretty much a good summary, right? I think I did a good job. So I think they said, where is it going? You think it works? Okay. Is the elevator going to work? Big suspense moment. I don't know. Only one way to find out though. 2 right, Sigma. Hey. Someone's coming. Oh, hello. Looks like Alice, Clover, Kay. And Dio, Quark, and Tenmyoji. I'll never be able to say that. Oh, we've got the pants back. Good. What's going on here? We've just been running. We ran into them a little while ago. Well, not literally, of course, you understand. I don't know, with a prow like that, I imagine you run into a lot of things. Let me see the map. Oh, sure. Alright. Bing, bing, bing. Ah, I get it. All 3 routes end up here. That's the same as the map we found in the infirmary. Infirmary? Oh, we found a map like that too. Ours was in the crew quarters. That's so. We found ours in the lounge.
Maybe we should sit down for a bit and exchange information. Let's, take the weight off these legs.
No. There's plenty of time for that after we check out this elevator. Alright. It works. Okay, now let's sit down and look at the map. Are we in the elevator now, or what? What the? This is just like the other floor. These doors have colours on them too. The one on the left is green. The one on the middle is blue. And the one on the right is red.
Are these chromatic doors? Look, there's a box here. It looks like the ones we saw earlier.
Lock. Huh. I deduce that this door is locked. Yeah, won't budge.
Just like the other doors. No good trying to force it open, I suppose.
Is something wrong, Alice? You've been staring at your bracelet. Oh. No, I'm fine, but it looks like my guess was right. The numbers have changed. Numbers? Oh, yeah, the time left. Looks like 2 hours. 6 minutes. Oh, for fuck's sake. You're telling me we're going to have to sit around here for another 2 hours?
Looks like we don't have a choice then. We gotta head back. Quark, why don't you show him that note we found? Sure.
Oh? Did it say something like supplementary rules? Because if it did, we have one too. We found ours in the infirmary. Yeah, we found one too. It was in a safe in the lounge. Here are a few more rules for you. Once you've opened a door, I'm sure these rabbit puns are not going to tire, are they? Once you've opened a door, you can hop through it as much as you like. The chromatic doors are like that too. Once you open them, even I can't keep you from going in and out of them. Any colour of bracelet can go through them, and as many people as you like. Is this what we said last time? This is the same note, is what I mean. But, you have to escape before you can take advantage of the free reign rule. Once you've activated a chromatic door and gone through it to the puzzle beyond, it won't let you go back until you've solved the puzzle. Okay. If that's true, then we can all go back the way we came and get into the warehouse. I don't think Zero's saying we can. I think he's saying we have to. Otherwise, what's the point of that keycard? You mean this? The ambidex room key.
We found some too.
That makes 6 then. 1 for each AB room. Oh my god! Let's head back to the warehouse. So when Zero says jump, we say how high, huh?
If you don't like it, stay here. Stupid angry mutt watching the door sounds about right.
Asshole. Better hope I don't have rabies, you self-satisfied old turd. Well, what's it going to be? Are you going to go back with us? Or are you staying here by yourself? Alright, fine. I'm going. Literally disappeared. Plunk! Out of existence. Bum-ba-da-da-do. Okay. That sounds most like an elevator, that noise, that I've ever heard in a game. That noise kind of takes me back to being like in a in an airport, you know, you take your luggage on those trolleys and then you go down the elevator. That's the noise that that happens at the bottom of the elevator. At least for me. So this is the lounge. It would seem Zero's notes were telling the truth. Getting back here was easy enough. That means we could all go visit the infirmary too. Or the crew quarters.
Hey, Grandpa, check this out. It's some of your favourite scotch.
Oh. Tempting, but I don't really think now's the time. Well, hold on. Grandpa? Since when were they buddies? Is that actually his grandpa? Or had they always been that close? In other words, they'd known each other before the nonary game, and if Quark was calling Temyoji grandpa, maybe they were related. Alice and Clover seem to be close too. Just how many of these people knew each other already? Let's go, buddy. As soon as we get out of here, I can drink all the scotch I want. And you can drink all the root beer floats you can stomach.
What? You're gonna get me a root beer float? But, are you sure? Do you have enough money?
Oh, ye of little faith. I found an old factory full of rare earth metals the other day. Some of your earth metals? Warehouse A. Warehouse A? Alright. 2 Milkmen Go Comedy. Oh.
Yawn! Oh! You're finally done! You were taking so long, I opted off for a little nap.
Oh, for yawning? Really? You're just a computer program. You don't get tired.
Hey, Theo. My temper's got a hair trigger, and you're awfully close to pulling it. So I'd watch my mouth if I were you. Otherwise, well, do you really need me to spell it out?
Forget it.
That's a good boy. A good boy. Alrighty, let's get back to what we were talking about earlier. Namely, how do you get more BP?
We go into the AB rooms, right? Look. We've got some keys for them right here. Q and Quark have 2 each. So we've got 6 altogether. But who goes into what room?
That doesn't really matter. Anybody can go into a room.
But there are only 6 rooms.
Didn't I tell you? The 2 members of a pair share the same destiny.
Then you mean both members of a pair need to go into the same room?
Yes, yes, yes! What do we do after we go into the room? Play a game. Just like it says on the door. You play the ambidex game.
Wait. What's ambidex supposed to mean anyway? I would guess it's short for ambidextrous. Most use the word to refer to the ability to use both of one's hands instead of favouring the left or right, but it can also be taken to mean someone who is duplicitous or two-faced. Can it? It's a game of betrayal, then.
Well, yes. I guess you could put it that way. Then what's this nonnery game? Ah, that refers to the whole enchilada. The nonnery game is a game where you try to open the number 9 door and escape. The ambidex game is just a mini game. You play as part of a larger one. Make sense?
Like hell. This shit is confusing.
Is it? Or is it that you're just a few carrots short of a bushel? What do you think, Bio?
You arrogant little bastard.
Well, that's just how I am. So you better get used to it. Now, could I have all you move to the AB room, please? I'll give you more specifics once everyone's inside. I think it'll probably be easier to understand that way.
Kay, Quark, and myself each gave 1 card to Luna, Alice, and 10 Myoji. Then we headed into the AB rooms. There wasn't really any discussion of who'd go into which door, and Fire and I found ourselves heading into the leftmost room. Looks like everyone else has gone in already. Think we should head in too? Why are you asking me? Just hurry up and get in there. Okay, okay. An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes. What? This game's got a time limit too. What? 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 What the hell? Who is this? Fuck if I know. Look, it doesn't matter who she is. Just get everybody over here. Yeah, right. Hey, guys, get over here. We found someone. There's a lady over here. She's unconscious. I thought we already had 9 people. I didn't wait for a response, just turned around and followed Fi into the room. We knelt down next to the woman and turned her over as gently as we could manage. All that greeted us was... Uh-oh. Blood. She's covered in blood. Is she dead? I leaned down to listen to her mouth. Nothing. No breath. You're not going to check a pulse? With shaking hands, I felt against her neck for a pulse. No movement, just cold skin. Who is this old lady? What the hell were you yelling? What's going on here?
Is she?
Quark, don't look. Somebody get Quark out of here. Okay. Come on, Quark. Then she's... Yeah. She's not breathing and I can't find a pulse. Her body's already cold, so I'm guessing she was murdered a while ago. Murdered? Does this look like an accident or a suicide to you? It looks like she was stabbed. I don't see a weapon around here, though. That means either the killer took it with them, or it was part of them. Part of them? Well, if someone was strong enough and they had metal hands, then they might be able to stab someone in the heart. What are you suggesting? It's just a joke. Haha, don't take it so seriously. Whatever. If we examine the wound, we'll probably get a better idea of what the weapon was. Let's get her to the infirmary. She might be old, but she's still a woman. If we're going to do an autopsy, she should have some privacy. Come on, boys, let's go. Let's go, boys. DOK and I gingerly lifted the woman up and carried her to the infirmary. Perhaps he just didn't consider himself one of the boys, or maybe it was something else. But whatever the reason, Tenmyoji just only stared. His whole body was rigid, like a rope pulled, almost to its breaking point, but it was his eyes that caught my attention. He wasn't staring at us, not quite. It was more like he was staring toward us, a smouldering spark of something, burning silently behind his gaze. It wasn't until we were almost to the infirmary that I realised Tenmyoji hadn't spoken a single word since the moment we'd found the body. I turned to look back at him. He was following us, at a distance, his breathing heavy and laboured and his movements slow and shuffling as if his body was suddenly made of lead. Beam. Infirmary. The old woman's body was surprisingly light. Carrying her felt almost like carrying an old, dry piece of wood. We set her down carefully in the infirmary bed as if we were afraid she might break. She looked so peaceful. Almost like she's going to wake up at any minute now. Maybe she didn't suffer much when she died. Let's hope so. Anyway, I feel a little bad about doing this, but I think we need to examine her. You mean like an autopsy or something? I'm just going to have a look at the wound. If we had a coroner, then it'd be a different story, but... What? I have a medical license.
You're a nurse.
No. You're a doctor. Well, I'm not exactly a coroner. Interesting, I guess you really can't judge a book by its cover, can you? I'm not exactly a coroner. Okay. Sorry. You don't need to apologise. Are you really going to perform an autopsy? Oh, I won't really be doing it. I think that machine over there is a medical scanner. It's called an ADAM. It uses nuclear magnetic resonance imaging to examine and diagnose people. Ah, yes, I remember. Oh yeah? And just how the hell do you remember that? Because Alice, Clover and I examined this entire room. So you think you can use it to perform some kind of autopsy? Yes. I think I should be able to manage that. Alright. Off she goes. Luna ran the scanner over the body, then turned back to the terminal. The display filled up with text, most of it rather technical. Sex, female, estimated age, 65 to 75. Diagnosis, deceased. Cause of death, exsanguination. What is that? Estimated time of death 3 to 4 hours. Damage trajectory. Weapon entered through 4th intercostal piercing heart. Was the one that wouldn't open? Is that what happened last time? Okay. Wound margin clean continuous. Wound angles 1 sharp, 1 blunt. Wound cavity 150 millimeters. Wound length 30 millimeters. Wound width 3 millimeters. Based on the characteristics described above, there is a 95% chance the wound was caused by a sharp single-bladed instrument. Huh. Yeah, I don't really get it. What's it mean by instrument? Was she stabbed with a clarinet or something? It means a tool of some sort. A knife, probably. In other words, she was stabbed in the heart, right? Yes. Well, I suppose that clears me of suspicion. Sorry, but no. Why? Please don't tell me you think my hand can somehow turn into a knife. I told you that was a joke. Then why am I still a suspect? Yeah, so we couldn't open that one last time. We found the old lady in one of the AB rooms, specifically the one farthest to the left. Before we went in there, only 2 other people had been in that room. Been in it. Oh, so they were in it, okay. You and Clover. Only one of you was conscious. Vi, please stop joking around. I assure you, there was no one else in that room, besides Clover when I woke up. She must have been put there later.
But the door was locked, right? I don't think anyone could have gotten in without the key.
Perhaps, but there was a hatch on the ceiling, remember? Yes, there was. Didn't they all seal, though? But Zero said he'd locked all of the hatches. Well, if he was telling the truth, nobody could have gotten in there after you 2 left. Which means... You fucking bastard! Why'd you kill her, Kay? I knew it. You're him, aren't you? You're the real Zero. Wait a minute, please. Just calm down. You aren't making sense. Let's suppose I am Zero. Why would I do something that would obviously cast suspicion on me? Well, because you figured we'd think that. And you'd throw us off the trail by doing the exact opposite. That's not a logical argument. Oh, that's not a logical argument. Still, you do have at least half a point. Your argument doesn't confirm my guilt, but it does show us where we should be looking. The real Zero. The person who brought us here is likely the person who murdered that woman. Doesn't that seem like the most reasonable answer? I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. If Zero was the murderer, then he could open anything they wanted to. I mean, didn't Zero say something about that?
I live in the master computer. That means all the electronic doors in this whole warren are under my control.
Exactly. Also consider this. If the murderer isn't Zero, why would the AI Zero stay silent? He told us that his job was to make sure the game ran smoothly. But now the unexpected has happened, and he says nothing. Why would he do that? If he can see everything we do, then he must know who killed the old woman. So why has he kept his silence? The answer is simple. The murderer is Zero, or rather, Zero Senior, I suppose you could say. He likely ordered Zero Junior, the AI, to keep his identity hidden. If Zero Junior told us about the murderer, then Zero Senior's identity would be compromised. There's something else to consider as well. Perhaps this murderer was not expected. Was not unexpected? Yes. Zero Senior murdered her. Just as planned. Death is only another part of the game. Killing someone is just part of the game, to him. Well, there's no way to know for sure, but I would assume so. What? 10 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes. It's already been 35 minutes. All players, please enter your votes. If vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally. Whoa, what was that? I don't know. Well, one thing's for sure. And that is, if you don't go vote, something bad's going to happen. You see? Just as I said, Zero Jr. ensures the game continues even though someone has died. All of this is part of Zero Senior's plan. Let's get back to the warehouse. If you all head to the AB rooms, maybe we'll see Zero Jr. After all, he told us he'd give us specifics once we'd gone in. Okay, back here. Warehouse, eh? We're really going in there? Kinda don't want to. I mean, there was a dead lady in there just a few minutes ago. Wait. Fi, where'd you go? Up here. Up. Whoa. What the hell is she doing? You must be really desperate to get high. Seriously, that's the best you can do? I was expecting something about how I jump at the first sign of trouble. Whatever. What are you up to here anyway? Everybody's already gone into the AB rooms. Yeah, well, there was something I wanted to check out. And that is... this thing. Remember it? The hatch. Try opening it. No luck. It won't budge. Then that means the AB room is locked down tight. No one could get in, or it means it is locked down right now. You're talking about whoever killed that old lady, aren't you? Yeah. You still think it's Kay, huh? Well, like Clover said, if Zero Senior is the killer, then it wouldn't matter if we could open this hatch or not. I know. I just wanted to be sure. Five minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes. Let's go. I imagine Algernon's waiting for us. Oh, that's what the rabbit's called. He's a rabbit? Algernon? Look. There's something on the screen. Yeah, you're right. The ambidex game will now begin. To enter your vote, please touch Start on your screen. Once you've entered your vote, the door will lock automatically. It will not open again until the polling period is finished. Ka-chunk. Well, looks like there's no going back now. Astute observation.
Hooray! Everybody finally here! I've been waiting.
So have we. We've got some questions for you, Zero. Who was that old wo-
Ah! Will all of you please stop bombarding me with questions?
All?
The people in the other rooms are asking me stuff just like you are, Siggy. I guess you probably can't hear them, because these rooms are completely soundproof, but that's a clue. BO is especially loud. For real, BO, I need you to shut up. There isn't much time. I've got to hurry and explain all this stuff, or the game will end before I'm done. So, no more questions from now on. No answers from anybody. Okay? You'll just have to wait. Now, let's get this party started. Let me tell you about the AB game. Since it's a game, you're obviously going to have an opponent. But it's not like this is a battle royale where you just fight everybody. Each round will be a one-on-one battle. Mano a mano. Or mano a womano. Well, there are 2 people in each pair, aren't there? So it'll be more of a 2-on-1 battle, I guess. Now, I imagine you're all wondering who your opponent is going to be. It's actually really easy. You'll be competing against whoever you're paired up with to go through the chromatic doors. For example, Siggy and Fido paired up with Mooney and went through the magenta door, didn't they? That means that Siggy and Fido will be playing against Mooney. And it goes the other way too. Mooney's opponent will be Siggy and Fido. Obviously that means Potassium and Cleaver's enemy will be Alas. And Bio and Quirk's enemy will be Temmioldi. Well, I guess enemy isn't really the right word, is it? After all, if you choose ally, then they're your ally. What? Don't get it? Well, don't worry. Just listen while Zero the Third explains it all. First, I want everybody to focus on the screen on the device in the back of the room. You should see A, ally, and B, betray on it. Do you? All you guys have to do is pick. Just pick one of those easy options. Your BP will go up or down, depending on what you pick. It's a little complicated, and some of you are a little slow, so I made this handy chart. Oh. The plus and minus are from your point of view. So let's say you choose ally, and so does your opponent. You'll get 2 BP, and so will they. And you'll all get a nice warm fuzzy feeling inside. We call that the best pals outcome. Just puts a smile on your face, doesn't it? Next is what you get if you choose ally, but your opponent chooses to betray. If that happens, you lose 2 BP and they get 3. We call that the stupid jerk face outcome. Somebody did that to me, I'd skin them and stew them with some taters. The third option is the opposite of that. It's when you choose betray, but your nice innocent opponent chooses ally. This time, you're the one who gets 3 BP and they're the ones who lose 2. We call that the serves them right outcome. I mean, what were they thinking? Choosing ally was a stupid choice, and there's nothing for you to feel guilty about. And finally, the very last scenario. This is when you choose betray, and so does your opponent. If that happens, neither of you get or loses anything. Absolutely 0 change in BP. Ugh, boring. We call this the why even bother outcome. As the game master here, this is the situation I want to avoid the most. You're probably wondering about the pairs, aren't you? Well, let me explain. Remember when I told you about that both people in a pair share a destiny? Well, that applies here too. The 2 of you only get 1 vote. You get to choose once between ally or betray. That doesn't mean you split your points though. You both get 3 points or lose 2 points or whatever. In other words, what you see on this chart is what you get. Okay then. I think that about does it for the basic rules. Well, actually, there's a little bit more, but I'll just have to wait, I guess. After all, it's almost time. Hey, wait. No, I won't wait, and I can't wait. Can you hear me? It is time.
1 minute remains until ambidex game polling closes.
You see? It's time for me to be hopping on out of here. See you later. Have a nice trouble.
We don't have time to talk about this. Choose betray. What? You're kidding. You really want me to betray Luna? We don't know if she'll ally or not. If we choose ally and she chooses betray, we're screwed. That's a loss of 2 points. You tell me, Sigma. What's 3 minus 2? What kind of idiot do you think I am? It's 1, obviously. Exactly. If RB gets down to 1, it's over. Oh, so... Wait. What do you mean by it's over? 30 seconds remain until ambidex game polling closes. Just press the damn button! You're hiding something. Yeah, you've been suspicious from the get-go. I mean, how'd you know my name? Or how about when we found that old lady's body? You didn't even blink. Almost like you knew she would be there. Look, I don't want to believe it, but did you? Are you? Fine. If you won't do it, then I... Don't think so. I'm not going to move until you give me some answers. If I don't do anything, it'll just vote ally for us anyway. So let's hear it. What are you hiding? What's "it's over" supposed to mean? 10 seconds remain until ambidex game polling closes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. When your BP hits 0, you die. That's what I meant. 1. What are we gonna press? Oh my god. Oh shit, we don't want to die. I don't want anyone else to die. Okay. Alright, let's choose ally. Vote has been recorded. Please wait. Round 1 of the ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening. As Fire and I stepped out of the AB room, I could see the others running toward the monitor, shoving and pushing to get closer. Temioji was left behind, his footsteps a slow, heavy plod. What had happened to make him like that? What was that, Sigma? Huh? Don't play dumb. You chose ally. Didn't you hear me? I told you that if your BP drops to 0, you die. Yeah, I heard you. A whole second before the deadline. How can you expect me to think anything through that quick? It had taken like half a second just to process what you'd said. No, you could have done it. The brain's processing power increases during a crisis. It starts working so fast that a second can seem like an eternity. Your brain was working that right before time ran out. It was doing that right before time ran out, wasn't it? Well, am I wrong? That's kind of true. What the hell are you talking about? Okay, fine. Let's be generous and say hypothetically that you're right about this crisis overclocking thing. How would you know whether or not my brain was doing that? Did you crack open my skull while I wasn't looking? You just wedge a microscope in there and have a look at my neurons? Let me be straight with you. Your shit is whack. Like, hella whack. I'm sure this will date well in 2024. I mean, you just know stuff you shouldn't. Stuff like my name, or how if your BP hits 0, you die. Or, you know, I should say exactly that stuff, nothing else really. You told me you don't know why, but more and more I'm starting to think you've been lying to me.
Yo, what's up? Siggy! Fido! Hey, what are you kids doing over there? We're about to announce the results.
Let's go. Time to see what the results are. Maybe it's different this time. Ooh, so she's been doing the same thing that Junpei was doing in the last game. Huh? This time? Hey. Fi, hold on. Shit. Bump.
Good. Looks like you're all here finally. Let's get ready to rock. Ambidex game! Round 1.
I'm going to see the results of the ambidex game round 1 next time on Borderline Games. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Virtue's Last Reward. And I'll see you next time. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.